Well, hello and welcome to this edition of Under the Umbrella. Well, we're in the month of February, so guess what we're talking about? Groundhog Day, of course. And today we are joined by two guests from Boonshoft, and we have Jordan Utterback, who is the Director of Visitor Experience, and we also have Liz Toth, who is the Associated Curator of Live Animals. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I'm really excited about this. Of course, when I started thinking about that, I'm like, oh, this episode is actually airing on a Monday night, February 2nd. I'm like, what else are we going to talk about? Of course, what, Groundhog Day, right? Mm-hmm. So let's start with a little bit of history about the day. Can you guys kind of fill us in a little bit?
Yeah. Sure. Well, Groundhog's Day has been around for a really long time. It actually started in the 4th century, and it was celebrated as a holiday called Candlemas. And during Candlemas, people would take their candles to the church to be blessed, and those were the candles that they would use for the rest of the year. And that holiday really represented hope and things to come. And on Candlemas, they would say that if it was a bright day, if it was very sunny out, that meant that there was going to be more winter. If it was a very overcast day, that would mean that spring was coming soon. So it's not entirely clear how the hedgehog became associated with this day, but the precursor to Groundhog Day was actually Hedgehog Day. So in Europe, there were lots of hedgehogs living there. And so many times they would come out of hibernation right around February 2nd, which was the same day that Candlemas was celebrated. So it was probably because they were coming out of hibernation right around that February 2nd date that if the hedgehog came out of hibernation, and the legend is that if they saw their shadow, they would go back into their burrow, and that would mean that there was going to be 6 more weeks of winter. And again, if it was cloudy and overcast, that would mean that spring is on the way. Now, of course, when German settlers came over and they realized there were no hedgehogs in the Americas at all, so they turned to another similarly hibernating animal, which is the groundhog, and that's how it became Groundhog's Day, the tradition that we know today.
So hedgehogs are not native to the U.S. at all or anywhere in America?
They are not. There are hedgehogs found in Africa, Asia, and Europe, but not in the United States or the Americas.
So why do we have a hedgehog here versus a groundhog?
So today we're celebrating Hedgehog Day, and that's what we're talking about today, because we have Walnut, one of our animal ambassadors that lives at the Boonshoft Museum of Discovery. We actually did celebrate Groundhog Day at the Boonshoft Museum for over 70 years. So we celebrated for a really long time. And in 2017, we decided just to switch up things a little bit and started celebrating the original Groundhog Day, which was Hedgehog Day.
So how big is he? I know we wanted to have Walnut here today, but the weather has just been way too cold, and that's why he's not here with us. But how big is he? Can you tell me a little bit about him? What does he like to eat?
So Walnut is actually, she's fairly small. Yes, and she will fit really in the palm of your hand. Now, as you can see, she does have very soft fur on her underside. So when she's relaxed, we're able to hold her in our hands. But of course, she does have those nice quills on her back that she uses for protection.
Do they shoot their quills like how porcupines do?
So they actually don't shoot their quills at all. The spines are just a modified hair, and those are part of their body. So those serve as protection if an animal, a predator like a fox, for instance, was trying to eat her. Those spines help to protect her, and they can even make a little jerking motion to make those spines go into the mouth of the animal. You can kind of see how she's pulling those spines down. They are able to completely roll up when threatened, and the spines will cover all of that soft, downy fur underneath and protect her belly as well.
How much does she weigh?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know for sure how much she weighs, but you can see
she looks little.
Yeah, she's very tiny. She's fitting in our keeper's hand right here, and so I would not say she weighs more than a grapefruit.
Aw. So we're talking maybe a pound or something.
Yeah,
if
she's
that
fairly
even.
small.
So what do you have going on, Boonshoft? You typically have Hedgehog Day. What time does Walnut come out? You typically have a whole day dedicated to Walnut. Can you tell me about the day?
Sure. So on Monday, February 2nd, we'll be celebrating Hedgehog Day at the Boonshoft Museum. And her prediction does take place at 10 a.m. During that time, we also have other conservation-themed activities. We have other ambassador animals that will come out that the visitors can meet. And this event is all part of the general museum admission.
So can folks like actually go like touch walnut, excuse me, or will walnut just be in their habitat?
So Walnut will be out so that people can meet her up close. They're able to see her up close. We're unable to touch her just because of the spines, but we do have other animals that visitors will be able to touch and see up close. So it's really kind of a fun conservation-oriented activity for the day.
So you mentioned that you used to have a groundhog, and then 2017 you switched over to the hedgehog. What has their prediction rate been on early spring versus, late winter going through? Like, what has been the track record? And has there been a difference actually between having the groundhog, and is it any better with having a hedgehog?
Well, this is Walnut's fourth prediction.
Okay.
She's 3.5 years old, so this is
Aw.
her fourth prediction. Last year, she predicted 6 more weeks of winter. And the year prior, she predicted spring was on the way. And then her very first year in 2023, she also said 6 more weeks of winter. So it's kind of been alternating. We're hoping that she says spring is on the way this year.
Yeah.
But we're not entirely sure. We like to say she's 100% accurate, but we haven't actually analyzed it scientifically. And that would be really something fun to do. Maybe moving forward, that would be something that we could take a closer look at to see what her accuracy is.
Yeah, sign up some kids, have them do it at a summer camp or something, and try to figure it out for you. So yeah, we're all hoping that Walnut predicts an early spring after this winter. This has been so cold outside. What other animals and what other experiences can folks see at Boonshoft just within the animal exhibits?
So our primary animal exhibit is called the Discovery Zoo. And of course, we are accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which is really the gold standard for zoo animals. So within that habitat, we have quite a few popular animals. We have Sikwa and Eno, our North American river otters. We have our Toko toucan. Her name is Frida. We have 2 turkey vultures, one named Lucy and one named Ziggy. We also have a nocturnal hallway that includes animals like kinkajous and bats and a sand cat. So we have all of those animals that can be viewed every day at the Boonshoft Museum. We also have our ambassador animals. Those typically live behind the scenes, but they come out every day on our stage that is right next to our Discovery Zoo at 2:30. We have a special keeper talk every day where visitors can come and meet our ambassador animals up close and learn about how they can help them and animals in the wild.
Is there a favorite animal? Obviously, Walnut's popular on Groundhog Day, but do you have another animal there that people kind of gravitate to? Like, that's one that they have to see.
I would say our river otters are very popular. We have a feeding with the river otters every day at 4 o'clock where you can see them eat their dinner. They're probably one of the most popular animals that we have at the museum.
Okay. And how many animals do you have there?
We have over 125 animals at the Boonshoft Museum of Discovery.
And who's the longest resident?
Well, we actually have 2 turtles that are our longest living residents. As you know, turtles can live many, many years. And so we have 2 turtles that are about 45 years old. So they're actually our oldest animals. And we have some animals that are very young. For instance, we have an opossum that is just turning 2 years old. So we really have the whole range of animals.
I see Matt here. He's our director. He's put up, is this a live camera of your otters?
Yes. So these are our North American river otters. As you can tell, this is something that they love to do. They're taking a nap in their hammock. And the hammock is part of their enrichment. So those are objects that we give them to occupy them, and we switch out those objects throughout the day. So they are kind of taking a nap in this picture, but this week we brought in snow for them with the big snowstorm, and we hid little pieces of fish in it, and they really love digging through the snow. We even got to see some sliding behavior, which is where they lay on their belly and they kind of slide in the snow. So they really had a blast with the weather that we had this week.
What's their most active time of the day? Like if you're going to go visit them, because we're in the mid-afternoon right now and they're sleeping. So
yes. So at 4 o'clock when they are fed, that is a great time to come see them, because not only do you get a chance to see them eat, but you also get a chance to talk to one of their animal keepers who really know all of their personality and all of the special things about them that you really want to know. So that's a great time to come, is to our otter feeding at 4 o'clock.
Oh, very good. Well, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to continue our conversation talking about more about different exhibits at the Boonshoft Museum of Discovery. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Under the Umbrella. Today we are joined by some folks from the Boonshoft Museum of Discovery. We've heard quite a bit from Liz Toth, who was the associate curator, is the associate curator of live animals. And this time we're going to be talking to Jordan Utterback, who is the associate curator of live animals. And again, thank you both for being with me today.
Not a problem. It's great to be here.
So one of the exhibits that many folks may even just walk by and not even realize that it's there, because at least the last time I was at Boonshoft, it was behind some doors or kind of in its own thing, was the Science on a Sphere. And I thought that this was really an interesting thing because people, like I said, might just blow by it. But can you explain what that is about?
Yeah, so Science on a Sphere is one of my personal favorite.
Oh, great.
Exhibits.
I love that.
I love it. It was when I was visiting, when I came here the first time. Like, it's just a giant floating sphere.
Yes.
But it's kind of like a big Christmas ornament. But we got Science on a Sphere back in 2008, and it's a partnership with NOAA, so the National,
there it is.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Their job's watching all the satellite data and looking for trends to help us with our forecasts about what's going on our planet. And they provide this exhibit for all organizations wherever they can to install them around the world. They have 175 different locations set up, 34 of them here in the United States, 34 states covering it. And then we've got the only one here in Ohio.
That's what's so unusual. Like, there aren't that many here. There's not even one per state here.
Yeah, it's just us. I think the next closest one's Fort Wayne, Indiana. There's a whole bunch by the Great Lakes.
Okay. So do you have a specific link of like what you're providing for them for data at all, or?
So they provide the exhibit for everybody to use for free educational programming, however they wish. Some places set up movies. We've got some movies for everybody. They have over 600 data sets for educators and teachers to use to engage with the visitors, the public, and help people understand earth sciences. And they even got some fun planet data sets as well, if you want to explore outer space too.
So are those like lessons that teachers can get a hold of for classrooms? Is that what that is? Or is it something that you can go in and kind of see and then do it yourself?
Yeah, so if you have the exhibits, a lot of them come up with lesson plans built by different organizations. NOAA's made several of them themselves. So that way, if you have the exhibit, there's a flat version too. You can then engage with a program, whether it's a school program, a class, or just casual visitors walking through the space.
So what type of satellites are you looking at on that sphere? Is it polar orbiting? Which ones are we looking at?
Yeah, so the one that occasionally pops up here for the video, it depends on which data set you have. The one data set I love to use is the real-time clouds data set. So it tracks data for 30 days, and it goes all the way up to the morning when I talk with visitors. So I can watch how the clouds kind of move and travel across our state, the country, or everywhere else on the world. This particular data set has 4 sort of geostationary satellites to help give us that big bird's eye view, and then 2 polar orbiting ones as well to help fill in the gaps. So every once in a while you see the stitch edges on the edge.
So do you get to pick then which data set you're going to display for the day?
Yep. I can pick a whole bunch. I can set up a playlist. It's one of the things I always loved about this exhibit is it's so free form. It gives visitors a chance to just engage with a topic outside of where they may have learned it and be like, hey, do y'all have anything about the weather that just came through like this week?
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking to somebody about it. I'm like, look, you can see all the clouds coming through. I can talk about hurricanes during the summer. We can pull old data sets that we've saved. There's one for Katrina that I use every once in a while during the summer months. And I'm like, look, there's me in the middle of New Orleans, and we can watch how it travels across the Atlantic. We could put the overlays for showing the ocean warm and cold currents to help explain how all this weather phenomena impacts us in daily life.
So when you're looking at a loop, it's 30 days or up to 30 days?
Yeah, some of the data sets, there's an earthquake data set that also does 30 days.
Okay.
I don't remember the precipitation one.
That's okay. But otherwise you can save off, like if there's like a major weather event, like you said, Katrina, for example, you can download that data and then you have it like to use and to help other kids learn.
Yep. Help provide a unique visual experience to learn about things outside of just a flat screen.
That's really interesting. So other than Katrina, do you have any other like big weather events that you've seen on the sphere that have been really interesting to you?
There's a couple. I don't remember all the different data sets because every organization can kind of download their own.
Right.
And some of those are available. Harvey, I think, was up there that I've used before. I usually use Katrina just because I help try to build the personal interaction whenever we're a science communicator or interpreter of the real world impact. And it's like, oh, it's not just data and numbers or historical context. It's like, hey, let's make it a bit more personal for people to understand.
So if someone comes in and they're looking at it, is there some way to like show them like what's currently going on? Like, is there some way to like, they can learn like which type of clouds they're looking at, or like this is a hurricane or this is a winter storm? Is there like any type of display that explains any of that?
There's 2 good ways to sort of engage with the sphere. When we moved it from that back corner that you remember, it was a great spot. It was like a dark theater.
That's how I remember it, because my kids are older now, so it's been a while.
Black painted walls. It made it really stick out. But now that it's more in the open, we've got brand new projectors, so it's a much crisper image. We've updated the kiosk, so visitors can just come up, look at the kiosk, and pick their own data sets. Noah's put up a paragraph or like text that people can read through to understand. Or our favorite way, find me or one of our educators, and we have a tablet that lets us quick swap between all the data sets. We can take the whole sphere and rotate it upside down so we can look at the North Pole. Or if we visit Mars, we can like rotate and find the specific physical features we want to look at.
Wow, technology, huh?
It's fancy.
That's fancy. Wow. So do you get school groups in there a lot to go through it?
Yeah, we'll have school groups come through. When it was in its more private space, we could do specific private programming. It's still pretty new in its new spot, so we're kind of watching how visitors are engaging with it, what type of programming we can do. We've got one educator who's looking at habitat and animal migrations. There's like a sea turtle data set that shows how they migrate north and south depending on the water temperature. So they're using that to help engage with kids as well.
So it's not just tracking the weather and just looking at clouds. Now we're looking at animals. I mean, maybe you'll be doing whale migration before you know it.
There's a shark data set in there. Of watching one just swim around the southern tip of Africa.
Oh, that's really interesting. A lot more to this than what I was even thinking. I mean, I kind of stumbled on it like through Noah anyways, and just this has been fascinating.
So
listen, so speaking of events and other exhibits coming up here on summer camp pretty soon, what kind of events do you have? When's summer camp sign up for that? What's the lineup for summer camp coming up? And what other stuff do you have coming down the pipe here for folks this spring?
So I can give a little bit of heads up. We got some programs we're still in development for.
Okay.
The big one coming up for February is Valentine's Under the Stars. That's our big Valentine's Day, or 2 nights actually, where it's a great time for y'all to have a date night, come out with a special someone, enjoy the whole museum. Every exhibit's open. You can say hi to the animals that are in the zoo. You can go to the cafe, you can get a drink, and you get a private planetarium show as they explore star constellations and star stories across cultures over the entire planet, which is a lot of fun.
Is this no kids? Is this like a kids stay home night?
Yeah, it's mostly for adults,
a
but
date
like,
night,
hey,
basically.
if you're 17, you want to do a date night with somebody,
Yeah.
come on over. We got different options for everyone to drink and get at the cafe.
Okay.
That fits everybody.
Perfect. What else you got coming?
We'll be working on a couple more things over spring. Can't share quite yet. I don't want to lock us in by accident, but summer camp is the big thing. Summer's one of our busiest seasons, so everyone's going to be coming to the museum. Summer camp is that great opportunity. We've got anthropology, we've got astronomy, we've got biology or zoology, so we get to work with Liz's team.
Oh, there we go.
A whole bunch for it. And we got a variety of ages, and they're all week camps. So, oh man, I'm forgetting the dates right off the top of my head.
But they're like Monday through Friday, like all day, right?
Yeah, Monday through Friday, starting in June.
Okay.
Kind of all day camps. You spend the whole week there, and if you want to come back and do a different theme, totally can. And we go for the whole summer up until August gets going.
Okay, and what's the age range for kids?
Yeah, he's scrolling down. I can see him scrolling.
Matt is helping us out here.
He's helping me
is
so
showing
much.
us what's the website that he's on that that so folks can.
Yep. If you go to our website,
references.
you can check us out under field trips and summer camps. There it is, ages 5 to 14, starting June 1st.
Oh, this looks like fun. What do you guys find is typically like some of the more popular ones?
Zoology is always popular
with all the animals.
Yeah. I think Liz's team will come down sometimes either into the classrooms with the animals, or the counselors and the educators will come in and help do programs. All the programs' themes will have sort of professionals doing interactive programs. So it's the camp experience,
right?
Engaging and socializing with their peers, but also, hey, let's go learn about chemistry and watch our science theater show where we set things on fire and do chemical reactions, or go inside the planetarium, or the one he's got in front of us for a second, which is we got a Sunwatch camp as well. So a deep dive into history and anthropology and archaeology.
Okay, and some of these are more outside than others, and some are more inside.
The Sunwatch one is the 2 weeks that we offer will be out at Sunwatch. We got classrooms over there, and they can walk the site.
And are you still looking for camp counselors for this?
Yep. I think they're starting interviews soon, or if they haven't already. Ages 18 and up, counselors can come on in. If you're not quite 18 yet, that's all right. I'm in charge of the volunteer program for the summer. So if you're 14 to 18, you're in school looking for volunteer experience, we won't be in the camps, but we'll be with all the other visitors. We'll be in the zoo chatting about the animals. We'll be at Science on the Sphere. So it's a great learning experience for everybody.
Well, thank you both very much for being here today. I really appreciate it. So much great information. Hopefully we'll have you guys come back and do something else completely different.
That'd be fun, yeah.
Well, thank you once again, and thank you for joining us. Until next time, you can always email me at undertheumbrella@wdtn.com if you have a topic that you are interested in. Have a great night.